record presentation.
Lagi seram ni.
Sebab rumah aku bising sangat.
Apa ni seram lah.
You are live. Sekejap, tengok sekejap.
I am live.
I am me.
Di bumi, lautan, di udara.
Dah. Jadi,
Dah. Tawakal lah. One take.
one take
Okay, one take.
Jangan apa berlaku lah.
Aku mute tau.
Aku
Sampai
mute.
bagian aku.
Gelap pula.
Sekejap, siapa jaga slide?
Aku.
Aku jaga masa.
Aduh, laptop aku kenapa lah? Tolong.
Baru nak start laptop Pika. Tak, aku cakap dengan laptop Pika. Kita orang baru nak start laptop Pika.
Syabal. Oh, aku dah baca je lah.
Aku dah berkicap dah ni.
Well, aku terus cakap that is all from us. Thank you very much for listening.
Ya. Kalau nak listen lagi, bayar. Kalau nak listen lagi, bayar.
Dah ke? Nak start timer ke?
Apa?
Stopwatch ke timer?
Stopwatch.
Dah ke? Nak start timer ke? Stopwatch ke timer?
Dia macam stopwatch. Kita try.
Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Abah.
Ni betul-betul ke di
Betul.
try je?
Betul. Tak ada try and error dah. One take. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Janganlah gelap.
Bodoh lah. Kau cakap macam tu aku nak gelap.
Itulah pasal.
Tak, kita suka gelap. Aku harap kali ni kita tak gelap.
Nah.
Pika, jangan gelak.
Aku tak nak tengok muka korang. Okay. Mengganggu betul lah. Sabar. Apa yang ketuk-ketuk kat dapur ni? Start. Assalamualaikum to my fellow friends and Madam Siti Nohawa. We are Group 5 from Class 4R and we will be presenting our answer for the assignment that had been given. Our group consists of 4 members, which are me, Nur Syafiqah binti Azmi, Siti Nurhanin binti Nurizan, Siti Juliana binti Omar, and Dayang Shazwi Nazira binti Awang Wijaya. I will start the presentations with the details of the taxpayer. Our taxpayer's name is Widya Ismail. Her nationality is Jordan. She is female and she was born on 17 July 1983 at Irbid. Next, I will proceed with the taxpayer residential status. On the year assessments of 2018, Widya Ismail is non-resident as she only stays in Malaysia for 111 days. Moving forward to 2019, she stayed in Malaysia for 162 days before going to Switzerland for work related and coming back to Malaysia for 22 days. The total period she spends in Malaysia is 202 and she is a resident under Section 71A because she stays in Malaysia for at least 182 days. Next, in 2020, she is a resident under Section 71B as it is linked to Year Assessment 2021 and the durations of this she stays in Malaysia is 250 days. Lastly, for 2020, she is a resident under Section 71A because she stays more than 182 days. Now, I will proceed with the taxpayer statutory employment income. The Act categorizes various types of employment income into subsection A to E. The item under section 13(1)A is gross salary for 12 months, bonus, travelling allowance for 12 months, and also entertainment allowance for 12 months. The cumulative amounts for this section is 108,000. Next, for section 13(1)(b), the medical treatment is recorded as nil. The amount of corporate membership is 5,400 as it is calculated for 12 months. The furniture is calculated for 10 months. Meanwhile, the amount of car and driver is calculated for 11 months as has been stated in the information given. After that, for the leave passage, the amount of airfare to Greece is 7,500. However, she get an exemption 40,000, and the amount for hotel and food is 14,000 and 4,500 consequently. Meanwhile, her leave passage for Johor is exempted and recorded as nil. The item for section 13(1)(c) is the lower value of defined value. 2,500 is the amount of rental that will be paid by the company, and 1,000 is the amount of furniture that needs to be deducted before we multiply with 10 months. Then 30% will be multiplied with section 13(1)(a), and the amount is 32,400. Therefore, we will record the lower amount, which is 15,000. Lastly, for section 13(1)e, we will deduct any allowable expenses, which are rental for 10 months, reimbursement, and entertainment expenses. Therefore, we will receive the total amount of statutory employment income for RM 146,883. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nurhani binti Nurizan and I will be presenting on the business income. The net profit was taken from profit and loss account given and profit and loss account given, and rent are recorded under non-business income. Sales of mineral water amounting 310,000 were incurred under income section 4A. Sekejap, aku rasa macam salah. Under income apa?
Kau nak cakap apa?
Sorry. Aku nak cakap ni yang sales ni. Income under section.
Memang income under section 4A.
Sudah. Dia nak start dari kau dengar ke bunyi bising?
Tak.
Tak eh? Nak start dari atas ke? Nak start dari awal ke nak sambung tadi je?
Start daripada depan kau ada berawal.
Dari awal eh? Okay. Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nurhani binti Nurizan and I will continue the presentation on business income. The net profit was taken from profit and loss account given, and rent are recorded under non-business income. Sales of mineral water amounting 310,000 were incurred under income under section 4A. Next, non-allowable expenses, the depreciation and tax agent consultation were recorded the same as there is no adjustment required. There is a remuneration for 2 disabled employees with a total of 50,000 and was divided into salary allowance and overtime. As there is a home broadband subscription for Media Ismail personal use amounting 4,500 in the staff welfare, the amount will be deducted later and the balance will be recorded as nil. Next, there is a donation made to a public library amounting 80,000. However, there is a restriction amounting 100,000 and this donation will be incurred as nil, and the balance which is for the advertising is also recorded as nil. WI Enterprise also eligible for double deduction for employing handicapped people. And lastly, we will get 223,000 for adjusted business income. Moving on to the balancing charge, the amount motor car bought in 2019 at cost 156,000 will be subtracted with initial allowance and annual allowance, both at the rate of 20,000. And as it was sold in 2021, the calculation will be repeated. But in the year 2020 and 2021, only an annual allowance will be subtracted as initial allowance is considered as one-off allowance. As the selling price is higher than residual expenditure, the balance 88,800 will be incurred as balancing charge. For calculating capital allowance, the amount of 100,800 was stated as capital allowance, but excluding a few amounts, which is the van bought in August 2021 at 90,000, but only 50% was used for WI enterprise. Therefore, 90,000 will be divided into half, and then the answer will be subtracted with initial allowance and annual allowance both at 20% rate. Thus, the capital allowance is equal to 127,800. For the balancing allowance, the loss on disposal will be subtracted with tax residual expenditure, and the tax residual expenditure and as the tax residual expenditure is higher, the amount 1,200 will be incurred as balancing allowance. As a result, we will get 683,300 as statutory business income. That is all for me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Hi, my name is Siti Zuliana Omar, and I will continue the presentation by explaining partnership answers. The partnership is between three partners, which are Widya Ismail, Aziza Fauzi, and also Liana Rosli. They have agreed to divide their sharing ratio into 30%, 50%, and 20%. However, Liana Rosli has withdrawn from the partnership, and the date of withdrawal is 30 September 2021. Based on the question given, divisible income for the year of assessment 2021 has been given, which is 432,000. Therefore, I will be explaining the allocation of partners' income and computation of partners' total income for Wardah Boutique. First, we need to calculate the divisible income for all partners for 9 months, as Liana Rosli is still one of the contributors for the boutique. So the total is 324,000. Since then the total for each partners is divisible income for each partner is 97,000. For Widya is 97,200. For Aziza is 162,000, and Liana 64,800. Then we need to calculate the divisible income for both Widya and Aziza after Liana Rosli has left the partnership. They have agreed to distribute their sharing ratio into 50% for each partner. So for the 3 months, divisible incomes is 108,000, and for both partners, Widya and Aziza is 54,000. For the salary section, we need to multiply each of the salaries with 9 months. The remaining 3 months is entitled only for Widya and Aziza with the new amount of salary as stated in the agreement. After that, we need to add their private expense of 2,000, 9,000, and 7,000 respectively. Next, we need to include entertainment expenses as well, which are 700, 600, and also 800. Then we need to calculate the adjusted income by summing up all the amounts that we have calculated. So the adjusted income for Widya is 180,300, and for Aziza is 259,800, and last for Liana Rosli is 90,600. Moving on, we need to minus the capital allowance. The capital contribution has been stated in the partnership agreement, which is own contribution per 50% multiplied with 14,000. More from assistant finance executive and was CC to both Widya and Aziza. Adjusted income minus with the capital allowance will be equal to statutory. The amount of aggregate income will be the same as statutory income, as there is no other income received. Then we need to minus the donation 1,500 each to Widya and Aziza, as the donation was made in November. Last, we calculate the approved donation for each partner by multiplying with 10%. The total income for Widya and Aziza deducting the donation is 171,800 and 251,300. Meanwhile, the total income for Liana Rusi is 90,600. Thank you. Moving on to the next presenter.
Hi, my name is Darren Shazrin Nazira binti Awang Widya, and I will be explaining computation of tax liability for Widya Ismail for the year of assessment 2021. Section 4A, business income can obtain net statutory business income. Therefore, the taxpayer needs to list out their business. For Widya Ismail, she has two businesses, which are WI Enterprise and WI Shoes Vendor. The adjusted income needs to add the balancing charge and subtract balancing allowances. Statutory business income for business 1 is 683,300. Then we need to list out the adjusted income for business 2 and subtract unabsorbed capital allowances and capital allowances per year. However, capital allowances per year is only restricted to 14,500. Business income for business 2 will be nil. In addition, as there is additional information about unabsorbed business loss, it needed to be subtracted with the aggregate statutory business income. Therefore, statutory business income. For Section 4B, the amount of 146,883 is acquired from employment income. As for rental income and royalty, the amount for rental income for 12 months is 24,000. Meanwhile, the rental deposit is nil as the amount is refundable. Next, we need to subtract the expenses which are rewiring the AutoGate, which amounted to 1,000. After that, the royalty income that Widya received after translating book for kids is 3,000 ringgit. For Section 4E, pension, annuity, and alimony, the amount for annuity is 6,300, and she got exempted amounted 6,300. Lastly, for Section 4F, under other income, she received 2,400 for being an Arabic language lecturer. The amount of aggregate income is 836,083. Next, we need to subtract the donation. However, the donation for Old Folks Home is nil because the donation given is a hamper. A cash donation for Rumah in Tanpayong is 3,000 ringgit. Therefore, the total income is 833,083 ringgit. Consequently, we need to minus relief, which is 9,000 ringgit. Purchase a wheelchair for disabled mother is 2,500. Life insurance is 3,000 ringgit, and internet for 12 months is 2,160 ringgit. The total amount for the relief is 16,660, and the chargeable income is 16,423. Therefore, the tax payable on first is 600,000 is 134,450, and the excess is 56,270. For that reason, the net income tax payable for Widya Ismail is 190,720. That is all from us. Thank you very much for listening. Tu je ke?
Loli.
Berapa minit bah?